Hey everyone, and welcome to our very special unbirthday Mad Tea Party for Alice. We are here with author J.M. Sullivan. She is the author of Alice, and we are hanging out celebrating her book launch today. J.M. Sullivan, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am doing so good. I am so excited because I am such a big fan of Alice. We're going to hang out today. We're going to talk all about Alice. We are going to talk about your relaunch. We're going to talk about your fabulous characters. We may even try to convince you to go with the ship that we want. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hey, listen, if you're live with us, we want to hear from you. Jump down into those comments, say hello, and let us know. Have you read Alice yet? And if you haven't, how excited are you? I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun. We are relaunching Alice today. Brand new cover, brand new, shiny, sparkly wonderfulness. We're so excited. Leave a little bit of comment, love, down in those comments below. We've got hearts. We've got people loving on the frames. I definitely put the wrong button there. Sorry. Alyssa is thrilled about the ship that she wants. Annie says hello. Alyssa says she loves the frame. Super glad to see you guys. Leave all of the comment love to J.M. Sullivan and Alice below. My name is k.m. Robinson. I am your host for today's party. We've got some fun games planned. We've got all sorts of fun and fabulous things. But I want to let you guys know, if you do have questions, go ahead and drop those in the comments now. We will be doing Q&A with J.M. Sullivan in just a little bit. We are so incredibly excited to see all of you. We're getting highs from a lot of fun, fabulous author friends and reader friends. So if you are here joining us, let us know just how excited you are for the party. And I need to know, guys, do you have your teacups ready? J.M. Sullivan and I are definitely ready with our teacups today. All right. We are on that here. Lots and lots of fun. J.M., tell me just a little bit about Alice for the people who do not know your story yet.
Okay. Well, Alice is super twisty, dark retelling, and I'm getting some feedback, so I'm going to throw it in my headphones and see if that helps. So Alice is a super twisty retelling of, obviously, Alice in Wonderland with an undead spin. So it talks about Alice, and she ventures into Wanderland to save her sister Dinah, who has contracted the mysterious Momrath virus, and so Alice must find a cure to save her. Otherwise, Dinah's gone, and Alice is all alone. And Alice doesn't realize yet just how tough she is.
Fantastic. And I know we are all really excited about Alice. She goes through quite the journey within this story. And how are we doing with our earbuds? Are you hearing things better now?
Yeah, I have these cats at home, and they're great cats, but they like messing with my stuff. So I've got this really cute like tangle. I'm like, oh, that looks attractive. So we'll just kind of try and tuck that down a little bit.
I feel like, though, just because we're going to get all like whatever on this, it's kind of along the lines of Alice's twisty little journey through Wanderland, which is a little bit different than Wonderland. Where does this story actually take place? Because I know this is a little bit more on the familiar side for some people.
Yes, well, it's definitely on the familiar side for me because Wanderland's setting is actually in a post-apocalyptic Phoenix, Arizona. So if anybody has been to the downtown Phoenix area, that is actually where almost all of Alice takes place.
Which is pretty awesome. We've got some fabulous people here, so let's just give some shout-outs and listen. We are doing some giveaways today. We may or may not have an Alice-inspired candle, and when I say Alice, I actually mean Red Queen. And we may or may not have some books that we are giving away today. So keep the comments coming. We might have a couple of numbers picked out, and we will be counting through comments, and certain people will be winning some ebooks, candles. We also have a photo contest going, which we're going to tell you about in just a minute, and there may be a couple of other ways to win some fabulous prizes today for our unbirthday Mad Tea Party. It's going to be so fun, but keep up the love going in the comments because that lets us know that we are doing something good, but it also lets Facebook know that we are doing something fun and that it should share with more people so that our fabulous friends who are not with us right now can come join us or hang out on the replay as well. So let's see. We've got Annie Sullivan in the house today. Sherry Ficklin is here hanging out with us. Alyssa is here. Marlene is here. Hi, Marlene. We are super excited to see all of you. Katie is here. We are thrilled to be hanging out with you. And I want to know, guys, of all of the characters in Alice in Wonderland, and it's okay if you haven't read Julie's version, JM's version, sorry, my bad. It's okay if you have not read the Wanderland version. Let us know, who is your favorite Alice in Wonderland character? And if you have read the Wanderland Chronicles, let us know which of JM's characters is your favorite. I am on the wrong ship in this particular book. It's a thing. And we kind of read this together, and I was definitely on the wrong ship. And I'm trying to convince her to change her mind for the second book, but we'll see. See if you can help me out, guys. See if you can help me out. Super excited to see all of you. Lots of heart eyes. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. JM, I know that you have been doing so much for all of your books. You've got a lot of books coming out in the not too distant future. I want to know, though, what inspired you to create Alice? And I know you've answered this on some of my interviews before, but for those of you that are new joining us, she actually has kind of an interesting story behind how Alice came to be.
Well, a lot of it comes from my love for fairy tales and retellings in general, because those are my favorite books to read, not as a writer, but as just an author. I love retellings. They're my favorite. And I also happen to be a huge fan of scary movies. And so my husband and I, we watch scary movies all the time. It's kind of one of our things. And so after watching, I couldn't even tell you what scary movie it was. We were watching a scary movie one night, and then we went to bed, and I was laying down, and as happens to me, and as I'm sure most other people can relate to, as soon as you lay down is when your brain decides, oh, this is when I want to work. And so I laid down, and all of a sudden I started thinking about different retellings and like what would be a good twist or a good fit to go with a scary story. And obviously the Red Queen's iconic line kind of just popped right into my head, and off with their heads. And as any good zombie fan knows, the only way to kill a zombie is off with its head. And the fit was just way too perfect. I remember like laying there in bed, and I had to grab my phone, and I like pulled up my little phone notes, you know, the little app on your iPhone. And I was just typing in my outline, and like in 15 minutes I had the rough outline for the whole story on this like little tiny note.
That's amazing. And honestly, I do that too. Like, notes are a girl's best friend. All I can say. We've got a lot of love down in the comments. Marlene says, fairy tales and Resident Evil combos are seldom wrong. Right? Annie is loving on the fairy tale retelling. She also happens to like the Mad Hatter. And we've got Alyssa down in the comments. She's a big fan of J.M. Sullivan's chess, who is a little bit inspired by...
Well, the Cheshire Cat. I was like, what is she trying to say here? Because actually, fun fact, and so I was going to drop this, and I wasn't sure when I was going to drop it, but I'm going to drop it now because it was a really great intro. So today is Alice's unbirthday, and it's also my baby boy's birthday. And his name is Liam Owen Sullivan. And so actually, Chess, for those of you who have read the book, his nickname is Chess, but he has a very kind of uncommon first name, and he goes by Chess because everybody spells his first name wrong, and it is the Irish spelling of Owen, like my son's. So Chess is inspired by the Cheshire Cat. However, he also has a little bit of my son's namesake as well.
Fantastic. And lots of love for Chess down in those comments below. All I'm going to say is Team Nate. I just had to get that in there. But, you know, JM has created the most amazing characters. She has such a great cast, and they are so reminiscent of the original characters, but also incredibly unique. And you put such a fascinating spin on your characters. I want to take just a second and kind of introduce some of your main characters. And while you're doing that, I may or may not be pulling up the drawings by your lovely artist on screen so everybody can take a look at your characters. So give us just a little run through and maybe just like one or two sentences about each of these main characters that's in the drawing.
Okay, so I don't know which way that they can see, but I'm going to start with what's on my left-hand side, which is Dinah, and she's the girl with the short hair, and that is Alice's adopted sister. She's the whole reason that Alice goes into Wanderland. She is the sector, which is where Alice lives. She's their resident caretaker, but she actually falls sick, and so she is the reason that Alice goes into Wanderland to find the cure. Next to her, we have Dr. White R. Abbott, excuse me, and he is the reason that Alice goes to Wanderland because she hears from her friend Lewis, who is the sector's news carrier, that there is a doctor who's working on a cure, and that doctor happens to be Dr. Abbott. In the middle, the girl holding the awesome machete, that's totally Alice. She is amazing at the beginning of the book. She doesn't realize quite how strong she is and quite how awesome she is, but by the end, she's, taking names, killing zombies, and, all the fun snarky lines, everything. I think she's great. She's kind of the girl that I hope my daughter is when she grows up. So then next to her is Chess. He is inspired by the Cheshire Cat. I don't want to give too much away, but I did have a lot of fun writing Chess. He definitely has some really good one-liners. He likes to drive Alice crazy, and he pops in and out at the most inconvenient of times. And then at the very end is, of course, you probably guessed, the Red Queen, and she is Wanderland's self-appointed dictator. Some people love her, most people hate her, but you gotta respect her because she definitely has her own way of doing things.
Fantastic. And hey, listen, guys, I know that you guys are incredibly excited about these characters, and because I happen to be a fan, and because I happen to like having fun, and because I happen to like playing games, I have one for you. Are you guys ready for this? I am so incredibly excited. This is an interactive choose your own adventure game that will result in discovering who you're having tea with at this party. Are we excited? Because I am thrilled to pieces for this. All I need you to do is jump down in the comments and type Mad Tea Party. So type Mad Tea Party right now, and in your direct message inbox, I am going to pop up. It's going to look like me. It's really my bot assistant, Allie. And we are going to play a game. You're going to be able to choose your own adventure, kind of figure out what you're wearing and where you're hiding your weapons and like all sorts of fabulous things to figure out who you happen to be sitting with at this charming little two-person table. I don't know why we have two-person tables at this tea party, but we do. And you're going to find out which of the characters from Wanderland you are actually going to hang out with. Now, I want you to play through this while we're chatting for the next couple of minutes, and then I want you to tell me in those comments who you are hanging out with at this Mad Tea Party. And while you're at it, let me know, what does your teacup look like? JM and I are hanging out with our fabulous teacups. I really need to learn how to pick mine up the proper way. And we are hanging out playing this game. So I see everybody's jumping into the comments. Go ahead and take just a minute. We're going to chat for a few minutes while you are playing that, because I know it's hard to do two things at once, but we're really excited. JM, this is your unbirthday for your book, Alice. Are you super excited for today?
I am. I'm very excited. It's been a really great opportunity with Alice, and I've just had so much fun bringing the characters to life and just bringing this book out. And I just have to say, my entire experience with this whole book has been just so positive, and I'm so excited for the opportunity that I have. And it's really actually another really kind of funny coincidence is this is the re-release of Alice. So Alice does have a first edition that came out, and that is this beautiful book right here. Our new cover is a little bit different. It's still dark, it's still twisty, it's still beautiful, but it's got more of the chess vibe to it. But obviously today is my son's birthday. When Alice first came out, Alice's first unbirthday was my daughter's birthday. Is that not the weirdest thing?
Which is kind of amazing, right? Because there's all these fun coincidences, all these fun little things, but it makes it extra special because not only do you get to celebrate your book birthday and unbirthday, but you also get to celebrate your kids, which is so fun. And also you'll never, ever forget your release dates, which is kind of amazing, right?
It really is. Which, I mean, I really need all the help I can get too. So this is great.
That's amazing. I'm checking out the comments here, and Alyssa is hanging out with her octopus teacup. It says, "You octopi my heart."
Aww.
And actually, kind of has some sea vibes in there. And just a little side shout out, J.M. Sullivan might have a Sea Witch retelling, ocean, octopus, Sea Witch, whatevs. Just side note there. Just a side note there. And speaking of other books that J.M. Sullivan may or may not have coming out soon, that was a fun transition, right? We like those. We actually do have some giveaways for you because we are giving out a copy of The Rise of Ursula, which is her Sea Witch retelling. But I may or may not have breaking news here. I'm super excited about this. Yep, you too. You got it too.
Excellent. You got the breaking news. Fantastic. Go ahead, Katie.
We did get the breaking news together. I was just a little bit sneakier about watching it.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sneaky.
I know. I am, though. It's okay. We got you.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
No, go ahead.
I would fit right in with Chess just sneaking around.
You would. I would not. I definitely would be more like Alice. In fact, I am so very lucky that at my work, I have a really great work wife who is my work bestie. And one of her main jobs is literally to tell me to fix my face. That happens on a rather frequent basis, actually.
Yeah.
It's really not good. I don't have any sneak. There's no sneak in me.
Well, that's okay. There's more than enough in me, so we'll just balance each other out. I'll teach you to be a little more sneaky, and you can teach me to not be. Although I don't know if that's a good thing. We're sneaking around trying to avoid the creatures in Wanderlands. That might not be a good thing. But anyway, back to our break.
Survive.
We'll see which of us survives. It'll be fun. Our breaking news, we're so excited because we are also giving away copies of some of J.M. Sullivan's other stories. Before we get too much into this, I do want to know, what is your other story that you do have coming out? It's another retelling. I may or may not have read it. I absolutely love it. But tell us just, highlight reel what this one's about.
Well, if it's the one that I think you're thinking about, because you're so sneaky, and apparently I may have to catch up. If it's the one I think you're thinking about, it is my new series, and it is coming out in March of 2019. It is a Peter Pan retelling set in space, and it's called Second Star, and it follows Captain Wendy Darling as she travels to the long-lost planet of Neverland to save Captain Hook and his ship that has disappeared over 100 years ago.
Perfect. And today, while we are here hanging out, both live and on the replay, so this is going to run all day long. So if you watch it at any point today, you have the opportunity to win one of 2 advanced copies of Second Star and one of 2 copies of Alice. So we would love to hear from you. We do have a bunch of contests going on today. Speaking of which, we should probably tell them about the big one, which I'm really excited about. This is actually a little bit of a creative contest that we have going on here. JM, I am going to pull up this photo, and I want you to explain what we're looking at here. This happens to be our publishing brother, Scott. He is hanging out and showing a little Alice love. Tell us all about this.
So this picture is like Katie said, our dear friend and dear publishing brother, Scott Mooney, and he is coming out with the book Pricked, coming in 2019. We're very excited about it. And I posted that I would like to see all of the Alice pictures or Alice-related things on my feed. And Scott did an amazing job, and he delivered with an amazing White Rabbit-inspired photo. So I've been getting some really fun stuff on my Twitter feed. I've gotten some fun stuff on my Facebook. But I really just want all of the Alice things. So please send me Alice-inspired photos of you. It could be Wanderland characters, it could be Wonderland characters, but I want to see your Alice love.
And so we are going to be watching for these images. Make sure that you are tagging J.M. Sullivan in this, and make sure that, what is the hashtag we're using, JM? Are we using Wanderland Chronicles, or are we using Alice? What are we doing?
Hashtag welcome to Wanderland.
Welcome to Wonderland. I really should have known that because I've been with you like forever. But that's okay.
Right.
So we are giving away copies of J.M. Sullivan's book. We also might just happen to have another something special. We are thrilled because we actually had our dear friends at Willow Ridge Candles create a Red Queen inspired candle to give away today. So we are going to be looking through your comments. We are going to be counting up and seeing who has a specific number comment. It is tucked away. Can't tell you what it is, but the more you comment, the more likely you are to be able to win the Red Queen inspired candle, which hi, super amazing smelling. Just how pretty is that? Let's get a little bit of love for the candles below, and also for advanced copies or current copies of J.M. Sullivan's book. Super excited for this. And guys, I need you to jump in the comments. You've had enough time to play the game, I think. Let me know who you are hanging out with at our Mad Tea Party right now. Did you get Chess? Did you get Alice? Who are you hanging out with? Let us know in those comments below. I want to hear who you are hanging out with. And JM and I are actually probably going to play this game later because we haven't had the opportunity to play yet, so we don't know who we're hanging out with. But let us know.
Who knows, Nate?
Yeah.
We already know.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be so good. I can live with that. I might just happen to have like a guy in all of her books, and it's mine. So the rest of you can fight me for it.
It's always the wrong one, though, Katie. Always.
Is it though? Is it? I'm just saying that, you know, maybe if your main character gets like whoever, I'll take it. I will.
Fair enough.
Well, I'm seeing that we're having a little bit of trouble with our game. Here's what we're gonna do.
No.
I'm sorry about that, guys. I set it up and it should be working, but I do have a fantastic idea and a solution to fix this. So here's what I'm gonna do. J.M. Sullivan and I are hanging out today. We are doing all things Alice related, and she's actually agreed to read just a little passage from us, for us from her book. That was difficult. She's gonna read for us. She's gonna read her book. I'm gonna toss her up on screen so it's just her. I'm gonna get into the game and I'm gonna see what's going on and make sure everything is working. So J.M. Sullivan is going to jump in, kind of tell us where we're going with this story. Let us know how we're jumping into this, and then go ahead and read to your heart's content. I will be back momentarily, and the rest of you, leave her comment love. Talk to her about what she's reading. The more comments you leave, the more likely you are to win a copy of this book or her other books, or an amazing candle. There's all sorts of fun, fabulous things we're giving away today. And so we want to hear from you. Expand your chances by leaving lots of comment love. And P.S. hit the share button. When you hit the share button, that lets Facebook know we are doing something good, we're doing something awesome, and it should be showing it to more people. And when it shows it to more people, we can do more parties like this, we can have more events like this. It's an amazing time, and you're helping all of us out. Plus, you are helping to get the word out about Alice. So do us a favor, hit that share button, and give your attention to J.M. Sullivan as she dives into her story, Alice, the first book in the Wanderland Chronicles.
Yes. So I am going to just start you off at the very beginning so you guys can hopefully become very intrigued and decide to keep on reading. And so we'll start with chapter 1. His head exploded. I'd never seen someone's head explode. I never thought I would. Maybe in the movies, but not in real life. It's amazing what a 12 gauge can do at close range. The gun wasn't even ours, just a rusty old rifle we found on the side of the road. It only had one shell left. I don't even know why I picked it up. It was just supposed to be used as a safeguard, but it gave Dinah and me enough time to put some distance between ourselves and the monsters. I guess it did its job. No one ever stops to think how one day life can be mind-numbingly ordinary and then the next completely go to shit. Not that it matters whether you think about it or not. What matters is how you deal with it. Like Dinah says, we can only play the cards we've been dealt. It doesn't do any good to wish about things you can't change. Alice wiped her tired eyes and peered at the journal on her desk. She scrunched her nose as she looked at the crude sketch she had drawn next to her entry. While it was no artistic rendering, her pencil had captured the raggedy, emaciated figure with its unhealthy soot-gray skin and vacant dead eyes quite accurately. She studied the haunted creature glaring at her from the page. A shiver shot through her, ending in a violent twist of her stomach. The ghost of a scream echoed in her ears, and she was 10 years old again, hiding in a ransacked gas station with her mother. Her hands trembled as she remembered pleading in hushed tones for her mother to stay behind the cashier's desk with her while the creatures outside howled in rage. We have to get out of here before they come inside. If not, we'll both be trapped. Her mother's forest green eyes filled with a sadness Alice had never seen in them before. It was wrong. Her mother was never sad. She was joy, life. Alice's lower lip quivered. She hated what came next. Begging, tears. I love you, Alice. Running, yelling, terror, all followed by a flash of ripping, bloody claws. Death. And that, I think, is where I'm going to leave off because I am a 6th grade teacher. I don't do story time very often. So also, I don't want to tell too much. I want you guys to be just intrigued enough to keep reading.
Oh, but you aren't going to give us all of your secrets because I feel like maybe we should just tell all the secrets and maybe switch your, person she ends up with. I'm just saying.
I mean, we are working on finalizing edits and stuff for Alice too. So, I mean, things can change. When I had Peter edits, I brought a character back from the dead. So, I mean, anything can happen.
That is true. And I am a very convincing person, guys. If you happen to be a fan of the same ship that I am, and we're not going to give too much away, although you probably caught on at this point. If you are on the same ship as me, help a girl out. Help a girl out. I'm just saying. I'm super excited for this. Tell me, how many books are in this series, or how many are you planning right now?
So Alice is, right now I'm planning to have 3. It's going to be a trilogy unless my characters decide that they're not ready to be done yet. And so it will be Alice, and the second book will be Broken Glass, following Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass. But we had to make it, a little bit dystopian, twisty, Broken Glass. And then the last one is going to be Gray Queen. So there will be 3. And then I also am currently working on a short story origin spinoff for the Red Queen called Crowned in Blood.
Which we're super excited about because we are going to be taking a look at your queen. We kind of get a little bit of a look at her backstory, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which I'm so excited about. I'm not going to lie. I get a little bit of insider information here. And I want to know, guys, jump into those comments below and let us know, what would you like to learn about the Red Queen? If you could learn any one thing about her, what would it be? Let us know in those comments below. We're giving some shout outs today. I am still here inside of my bot trying to see what's going on. Looks like perhaps we're having a little bit of trouble with Facebook's API. Every once in a while, they change up some of the things that they are doing inside of Facebook. And when that happens, unfortunately, we are at their mercy. And it looks like they may be working on something big right now. You guys know I'm a social media strategist, so I'm over here very aware that they're doing some behind the scenes things, and it might just be affecting what we're doing just the tiniest bit, but I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to turn it on one more time, and go ahead, jump down to those comments below, and type Mad Tea Party for me one more time, guys. We're just going to check it out and see if it works. Otherwise, I want you guys to come back tomorrow to play the game, because Facebook just doesn't like us today. That's okay.
Boo.
Alyssa is in the comments. She is saying that she would love to know the why behind our Red Queen, and she's also super excited. Let's see. Alyssa says, my dog Alice is like, why do people keep saying my name? Oh, sorry. Sorry about that there. Do not mean to be upsetting your poor puppy dog with the same name. That's a thing, right? That happens sometimes, unfortunately. So, JM, tell me, what is your favorite part about writing Alice? I know you've got a lot of characters in there. Is it maybe the characters, maybe the setting? Was it the whole writing process? What was your favorite thing about creating this story?
Really being able to just kind of reimagine the the character and the story of Wonderland in a whole new way. Adding like the zombie element to it definitely made it more fun for me, just because being able to think of all of the horror elements and all of the scary zombie movies that I love and all of those things, and trying to kind of marry the two was a really fun challenge. How can you take the whimsy of this fairy tale and kind of make it darker and edgier and grimmer, but still keep it as like a sensible, exciting, coherent story?
Which is so awesome. I know you give a lot of really cool inspiration for your stories. You're a big fan of retellings. Is that kind of something that you've always grown up reading retellings, or is that more of an adult, I'm going to be a writer, what should I write? Oh, I actually love retelling kind of a thing.
No, I have always loved retellings. I mean, I'm a pretty avid reader, so I'll read just about anything, but retellings do hold a special place in my heart, even from the time when I was really little. I remember going to like one of those teacher stores with my mom, because my mom was a teacher as well. And so like they have those huge teacher warehouses that they've got like all of the teacher supplies, but then they also have like the book section because teachers fill up their own libraries and stuff. And so my favorite part of doing that was always going and looking at the books. And I saw this one book, Ella Enchanted, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I want to read this so badly. And my mom bought it for me. And so it was kind of that first book that I actually picked out on my own, and I got to read it. And I didn't even realize until the end that it was actually a Cinderella retelling, and that's how like well put together it was. And it was like at the very end when I was like, oh, it's Cinderella, like just that kind of aha moment was so huge for me. And so then anytime that I found retellings, I've really enjoyed it. Like Jackson Pierce and Her Sister Red was a kind of a dark, edgy retelling of Little Red Riding Hood, which was great. Marissa Meyer's Cinder is amazing. But I just love retellings because it's like you can take the stories that you know and love already, and you get to add and breathe a whole new life into them. And it makes them something completely new and magical, and I love it.
And we actually happen to have a number of retelling authors hanging out with us today. So guys, if you happen to be a retelling author, go ahead and jump into those comments below and let us know what you have written. I know Annie Sullivan is here. Her brand new book, A Touch of Gold, is coming out soon. I happen to have a number of retellings. We've got a lot of friends hanging out with us who are retelling authors. So let's share the love for all of these fabulous retellings, because we're such big fans here. I know I am a huge fan of retellings, and I love that you come up with like dark, very unique twists on these different stories. Are you a naturally dark person, or are you kind of like sparkly? I already know the answer to this.
Well, if anybody sees my picture of my work desk, they will probably know the answer to this question. I am all about the sparkles, which is really funny because actually when I was doing my Alice edits, my very first editor, one of my favorite comments like I've ever actually gotten about my writing was from her, and it was really funny because she had written in my manuscript, and it was after like one of the Momrath fight scenes, and she goes, "You're just such a nice person. How do you write such dark stuff?" And I just thought it was so funny. But I am all about the sparkles, and I'm all about like the glitter and positivity and encouragement. But apparently, when I write, it's something completely different.
I kind of feel like, you can put yourself in your character's mindsets, kind of like an actor takes on a character. So even though you happen to be a glittery person in real life, we do have this dark side of you inside of your stories. All right, guys, we're going to give this one more shot. I'm not sure if this is going to work. I did change our keyword, so I want you to jump into the comments and type party tea. I know, it sounds a little weird. I was just trying to see if we could get this to work. If this does not work, that means that Facebook is doing something new behind the scenes, and we're going to have a new platform edition in the next week or so. It's going to be super exciting. And apologies if the game doesn't work. I'm really sorry, because it's a super fun game. Like you get to talk about what you're wearing. You get to talk about where you're hiding your weapons on you, because you don't show up to a tea party without your weapons, right? You get to talk all about fun, fabulous things, and eventually it will tell you who you are hanging out with. So guys, let me know in the comments if it's popping up for you. If it's not, well, it's a thing. So just type in party tea. It's different than the last time. You got to type in party tea. Yeah, let me know if that works. All right, I'm jumping in the comments. And we've got a lot of love for Ella Enchanted, which surprisingly I haven't read the book, but I did love the movie. Big fan of that.
Oh, but the
Um,
movie's so different.
is it?
Let's not talk about this because I could literally talk about Ella Enchanted for an entire hour. But I will say the movie surprisingly cute for how awfully remade it was.
Wow. Oh wow. I didn't realize that. I guess I need to actually read the book now, huh?
The book is so good. It's just so good.
I'm gonna take it there's not a lot of singing in the book.
Well, I mean, I can get behind the singing. Like, it's not the singing that's like. Here's my problem with book to movie adaptations, and it's like you have this book, this beautiful book. Not, I mean, not my book, but you have a book, and it's filled with all of these characters, all of these amazing plot points, and all these great things. And then they take it and they put it into a movie, and they like leave out all of the great things about the book. And Ella Enchanted, in particular, was like an atrocity because the book itself is so amazing. It's just so good. Like the characters, the plot, like just everything is fantastic. And then they added a character that's not even in the book. It doesn't even exist in the book. And they brought this character and like his pet snake and oh, all the feels.
I'm clearly going to have a discussion with JM after this show. I feel like we're gonna have a lot of fun behind the scenes. For those of you that don't know, we do like to hang out behind the scenes here, and I get all sorts of fun, fabulous information. And for those of you that don't know, JM and I happen to hang out all the time. We talk like every single day, so I might have insider information on like everything, JM Sullivan. So if you have questions, go ahead and ask now. You can even ask me. I can probably answer some of these. If not, I can make up really good answers and make them sound real. It'll be awesome. All sorts of fun trouble that way. And the good news is that the game is working down in the comments below. So I don't know what that was, but I'm glad that we fixed the glitch. Go ahead and continue to play the game. And Jam, while they're playing that, we're going to kind of do a little filler activity here. It's going to be kind of interesting because when we were planning this party, I was actually chatting with a number of different authors who were helping me come up with ideas and things to do. And one of the suggestions was kind of a game where it's a little bit toward the Cheshire Cat and the smiling. And so the game itself was to kind of try to make each other smile or laugh first. I feel like that could get, yeah. See, I feel like that could get a little bit interesting with you and me on screen here right now. So we're gonna go easy on ourselves and let's just talk about things that make you smile and laugh and happy, and I'm not gonna put you on the spot with this game.
Okay. Well, that's reassuring.
I know, I'm helping here. So what are the things that are making you smile aside from your author life?
Well, definitely my kids. They are a huge part of what makes me smile. My daughter, she is 6 and she is just so like smart and brilliant and she's just so full of life and she's just the sweetest girl. I left her just a message on Facebook or like on the Facebook Messenger and I got a message back from her and she's like, "Thank you for my message, Mom. I just can't believe you're my mom and you're just so beautiful and I just love you." And so she's just got like the sweetest little heart, and so that always like she always brings a smile to my face. And then my son Liam, he's just a goober. Like he is 4 today because it's his birthday, and he is just like the funniest little guy. Like he doesn't talk super well. He's still kind of working on the speaking thing because Zoe talks for him all the time, so he doesn't really have to, but he's getting better slowly. But like just the things that he says and does are just, I can't even like say some of like, because I couldn't think of them because they're like really random and weird, but he's 4 and so it's surprisingly brilliant at the same time, and it's just kind of funny, like where did you even pick that up? And then my stepson, Brody, he is 10 and he's starting grade this year, and he makes me smile because he is just the sweetest older brother, and he just looks out for Zoe and Liam, and just the way that he watches over them is just super cute. My husband, So my family's real big, obviously. My husband is fantastic. I love watching movies with him. And he likes to do something called random ballroom dancing. And so like literally we'll be walking through like Walmart and then buy the eggs and he's like, oh, random ballroom dancing. And we start dancing and people look at us like we're crazy and I get real embarrassed, but it's actually like really sweet and it's just kind of become one of our things. So that's fun. Other things that make me smile are books. I love books. Send me all the books. Coffee makes me smile and it makes my world go round. Like I drink too much.
We had a conversation this morning when you woke up.
Yes. And we talk about it a lot because for those of you who don't know, Katie and I are on opposite ends of the world. And so we often talk about time zones, and those do not make me smile. Time zones are the devil. And we talk about coffee and being tired and time zones being the devil more. And right now, weather is also the devil. So that's fun.
Annie is in the comments saying random ballroom dancing moments sound awesome. I personally vote that maybe one of your characters should start this in the sequel. I'm just saying. And you would imagine I would say it was my ship, but I'm gonna go with your ship on this one. Should probably start this tradition.
I feel like of the two, and I don't want to say my ship because I just tell the story. The characters are the ones doing their business. But I feel like of the two, the one that is not your ship, that one is the one who would be more inclined to do that.
Yeah, I do too. Which is why I'm giving permission for it to be not my ship.
Well, thank you.
You have to have my okay for these things. I'm just saying.
Clearly.
More so on second star than Alice, though, is just because my ship is awesome in that one. Love that.
Okay, I don't want to ever say never because, again, the characters do tend to do what they want to do. Obviously, one came back from the dead, but I just don't see that one happening, Katie. I just don't see it happening.
I know you don't. The rest of us are over here like, but it needs to happen. We might have beta read this for JM back in the day, and we have strong feelings on this. I'm just saying. Have you guys read Alice? Do you have strong feelings on some of her characters? Let us know. Let us know in those comments. We're going to take a look at some of these results from the game. Looks like Amber Duel is hanging out with the Red Queen. Oh, goodness. Good luck with that. I can't imagine the Red Queen is going to be super awesome. I do hope that your head is still intact at the end of this. Let me know how that goes. Let me know how it goes for you. We have Jess. She is hanging out with Chess. Lucky Duck. She gets to hang out with everybody's favorite Chess. And Annie Sullivan. She is hanging out with the Red Queen as well. Girl, good luck. We hope you survive to your book release next week. That would be an awesome thing for you to keep your head for that. Alyssa is hanging out with Alice. So she is having tea with our heroine from the story. I feel like that would be rather interesting. She's quite the curious little thing. I'm sure she has some interesting conversation points for today's tea party. Let us know, guys, in the comments, what are you wearing to today's tea party? Did you dress up? Are y'all fancy? Are you wearing a fancy hat? Or are you more rolling up in your pajamas? Let us know how you are hanging out for today's tea party. JM, if you were going to design any outfit to go to a tea party with the Wanderland characters, what would that look like?
Well, I am not much of a fashionista, I will say. But that's okay because Wanderland is in post-apocalyptic zombie world and high fashion really isn't a thing anymore. So that's like totally my cup of tea. See what I did there. And so I think like as far as for the Wanderland characters, it's all about like comfort and, you know, survival and being able to run if bad guys come. So I'm thinking like combat, like leather heavy boots, some jeans, maybe with like some stylishly placed rips. I mean, we can try and be a little bit classy here. And then I'm all about always for like just a good solid like t-shirt, like black t-shirt probably hides the blood better, you know, white, no. And then maybe like a jacket. I've got a really nice like green kind of army jacket that I love a lot. So maybe something along those lines, or like a black leather jacket, like Chess wears. I don't know, but I'm thinking like, you know, like post-apocalyptic couture.
And for those of you in the comments, just take a moment. Chess in a black leather jacket. Just saying.
You're welcome.
Jumping to the comments, looks like we're having a little bit of a play war here. We're gonna. What does this say? Hold on. Lots of fun things. Alyssa has strong feelings. Jess really wants to read Second Star. I know your publisher is watching, so maybe, you know, advanced copies of that for the fabulous Miss Jess, who happens to be amazing. Just saying, shout out.
We are giving away 2 copies.
We are. Maybe Jess will win it. Who knows? Just saying. I have a couple of fans of mine who are like dead set on reading your book. They're so excited for this. We talk about it all the time. And one of them doesn't have Facebook. So she's not here to win. She's going to be so heartbroken, especially if our other friend wins and she doesn't.
Oh, no.
Apparently, Alyssa and Amber are play fighting in messaging. I don't know what's happening, but it's fun. We're going to get in on this one later. Let's see. Annie is going super fancy. Or no, Amber is going super fancy. Annie's just going fancy. So Annie's going fancy to your party, to your tea party. Amber is going super fancy. That jumped on me, so I don't think that's transitioned. Super fancy. These are my people. All I'm saying is these are my people. We will all go in super fancy, and Jam will show up in her black leather jacket.
Yes. I had to dress up I had to actually dress up professionally for work today because we had a meeting, and I was like, oh, but business clothes.
I saw your picture. I'm like, oh, you look so great. And you're just like, no.
Sometimes I have to pretend to be an adult.
Sometimes it's important. That's why we write, right? Because we don't have to adult. We just have to enjoy the story as we go. Yes. Alyssa says if we're talking for real, she's in moose pajama pants and a fuchsia tank top. But she would wear something that is decked out in some buckle boots, brown leather pants, and a flouncy red top. Red Queen much. Red Queen much. We are channeling our inner Red Queen. Hey guys, if you were to dress the Red Queen in JM's book, what would she be wearing? Let us know in the comments. I feel like that would be fun because I would go Effie Trinket in Hunger Games Red Queen because that's just me. I know. You don't like it, but I'm like, yes, fancy.
It just doesn't seem very practical.
No one asked for it to be practical. Queen, she can do whatever she wants, right? Off with their heads.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. I just need to get her on my side, and we can kind of change around some of the ships happening in your books. I feel like if we ganged up on you, that would be great. Guys, let me know. How should I be bribing J.M. Sullivan to kind of change what she's doing in some of these books when her ships are not on board with mine? Let me know. Alyssa says she would dress the Red Queen like what she was wearing. So there we go. Amber says if she's having tea with her, maybe like a straitjacket for my own safety. Oh gosh. Oh, I do not know what's happening in the comments here, but Alyssa and Amber may be getting a little violent toward each other. Might need that straitjacket for something else. We have so much fun with our author friends here, and we want to know who else should be reading J.M. Sullivan's Alice. Tag them in the comments. Let them know that they need to come hang out with this party. We're giving away fun, fabulous things, and I feel like we should maybe give away a little something right now. It's all I'm saying. What do you think? Should we give something away?
I am all about giving things away.
Awesome. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I am pulling up my phone right now because this is going to be fun. Oh, I have a lot of comments on my phone, too. A lot of fun. We're going to pull this up. Okay, I am on our live feed right here, right now. Check that out. Live feed. Here we go. I am going to just start swiping. JM, I want you to tell me when to stop, and I am going to put my finger down, and whoever it happens to be. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I got to pull it back up. It limited me. There we go. Now I'm there. All right. Here we go. We are scrolling. Go ahead and tell me when. Okay. And congratulations, Amber, you won a copy of Second Star.
Woo!
We're so excited. That was the first one that came to mind, so that's what we get. We cannot wait for you to check this out. We will be doing another giveaway in a couple minutes before we sign off. But the more comments you have, the better chance you have of winning. I'm just saying. We've got the connections here. We are still giving away that candle, and we have a couple of other books we're giving away. But we are saving some of the books for after, for people on the replay. So if you were here on our replay, start leaving those comments down below. We will be going through. We will be counting comments later on. We're super excited for this. And you have until tomorrow to be doing this. You can still leave questions. You can still leave comments after, but you will not be entered to win these books right now. But we would love to hear what you are excited about for potentially winning some of these books. We've got a lot of fun things. Jess is here saying, I feel like your Red Queen is more about pants and like a leather jacket, more practical, that will help her get away from the zombies when needed. Good call, Jess. Good call.
Yes. This is what I feel as well.
Practicality. But I mean, she has all of her fabulous guards hanging out with her, one of which I may like a little more than the rest.
But the thing is I just feel like Effie Trinket, because I'm still trying to like wrap my mind around this. I'm still processing. She's just not intimidating. And the Red Queen, there are a lot of people who are very intimidated by her. And I just feel like if she had like all of the frills, I just don't see it.
All right. You're the author. You get to make up your mind on this one. Lots of love for Alice and Second Star down in the comments below. We love hearing from you guys, so give us more comments. Why are you so excited to read Alice? If you have not read it yet, if you have read it yet, what is one thing you would say to people to encourage them to read Alice? Now, JM, I want you to answer this as well. If you could say one thing, like 30 seconds long, what would you tell people is the reason they should be reading Alice?
Well, I just love that it is a dark, twisty retelling of the Wanderland story that takes the characters on a ride that they have never been on before. Plus Alice and zombies.
Yes. And speaking of rides, I know that there happens to be one particular vehicle out in your story. Maybe just give me a little bit about what that looks like. Don't tell us what it is. Don't tell us how it's, involved, but just tell me what it looks like a little bit.
Well, it is a Tolji van, so it's basically like one of those, creeper vans that you see on like CSI or Criminal Minds, like, the ones that they say stay away from. One of those. It's like all whited out, except it's got a little bit of a marking on the side, and then on the inside it's like gutted, and it's filled with all sorts of artillery and a playing card.
Yeah, which is so much fun. That's all we're going to tell you about that. I also know you happen to have maybe a machete in this story. Are you someone who would, know how to wield a machete, or would you kind of maybe hurt yourself accidentally if you picked one up?
I tend to hurt myself accidentally when picking up a lot of stuff. So the fact that it's a dangerous knife is probably not good. We're talking again, Alice is fiction. It is not based off of my life in any way, shape, or form.
It's what everyone wishes they could be, right?
Yes.
All right, listen, guys, we are at the point in our party where we are eventually, in the next few minutes, going to have to start wrapping this up. We want your questions. So now is the time. Jump into the comments and ask JM your questions. What do you want to know about her, about Alice? You might be able to wiggle out a couple of information pieces. I didn't say that right, but a couple of pieces of information about her other stories. And JM, as they are popping their comments in, we talked a little bit about Second Star. I want you to tell us just a little bit about the rise of Ursula before we move on to their questions.
Perfect. So The Rise of Ursula is another retelling. It is also a short. So it is the origin story of Ursula, the sea witch from The Little Mermaid, before she became the most powerful villain in all of the seas. So it tells the story of her as a young girl with her family, learning about her magic and the darker aspects of it.
And if you want to hate J.M. Sullivan, this is the book to read.
It's not that bad.
Is there going to be another one? She's hiding behind her teacup there. But listen, if you want to hate her, this is the one. Like, it's good, guys. It is so good. But you're going to maybe be a little mad because there will be opinions and there will be things. Love it. I love it. Super fun.
I'm nervous to hear what you have to say about my Snow White one. I really am.
I'm not. You know I love dark things. Dark things are the best. You've read my books. Dark things are the best.
This is true.
This is true. This is true. All right, guys. I am on the live feed. I am here hanging out on the live feed, and I have to X out of it and pull it back up. Let's see. All of those. All right, girl. We are giving away a copy of The Rise of Ursula. I want you to go ahead and tell me when to stop.
When?
Jess, you have won a copy of The Rise of Ursula. Woo! We are super excited. We will get that to you later. If you have won something while we are live hanging out, and I do not DM you within like an hour or two, please check in with me. Because I have to remember who's won all these things, which means I actually have to rewatch this. So actually, if you put in the comments that you won something, that would help me out so much. Like, that'd be awesome. And because we are having fun, because we are doing fun, fabulous, wonderful things, let's go ahead and give away a candle, shall we?
Yay!
Drop those questions into the comments below. We want to answer those in just a minute, but we are going to be going ahead and giving away a candle. So, JM, I want you to go ahead and let me know when to stop.
Can I win the candle?
I bet if you bribe Willow Ridge Candles, they will totally give you a candle. Hold on one sec. I clicked out of it. I was going too fast.
It looks so beautiful. I actually am low-key jealous of whoever wins this one because it's gorgeous. Okay.
I mean, I'm just going to say, you tell me when to stop whenever, but I'm just going to say, it's beautiful. It smells amazing. Annie Sullivan, you won a candle. Congratulations. So this will be sent to you from Willow Ridge Candles. We're super excited. And this is going to be one of those awesome things. I think I just got more breaking news. I'm not sure. You're like, let me check too. I don't know.
Gosh.
I'm not sure who they're from.
Because I'm not sneaky. Let me just.
I know you're not. It's actually, yes. Okay, it's not. It's related to something else. We're good. We're good. Same person, different concepts. But yes, this will come from Willow Ridge Candles. This was designed to smell and be inspired by the Red Queen from Alice, which we're super excited about. Woo! All right. We are answering questions. So, guys, if you have questions for J.M. Sullivan, now is the time. Go ahead and pop those in the comments below. And we're getting lots of love for the beautiful candle and for winning ebooks, which we're so excited about. And we're also talking a little bit about how clumsy some of us are. That's amazing. Are you, I mean, you mentioned that you're a little bit clumsy, JM. Are you like super clumsy or like scale of 1 to 10?
10, 11, 12. Like, I am so clumsy. It's just very bad. And unfortunately, my son isn't quite so bad. He's more of a bruiser. He kind of just plows into stuff, so it doesn't matter. But my poor daughter has inherited my grace, which means she has none.
She can come hang out with me, and I will help her, and we'll balance each other out.
Excellent.
All right, guys, if you have questions, if you've got comments, we want to hear below. And we are going to be giving away more copies of the book. I think that perhaps we actually need to give away maybe one copy of Second Star, because we have not given that away yet. So we'll give that away while we're on air, and then that leaves us with a copy of The Rise of Ursula, a copy of Second Star, and a copy of Alice for Did we
We
give away
did a
Alice
second
yet?
star already. We did a second star already. Amber got second star. Amber
Right.
got second star,
Did we give away
and
Alice?
Jess got Rise of Ursula. I don't believe we've done Alice yet.
Okay, so then we need to do Alice then. So let's give away a
Excellent.
copy of Alice, and then that leaves us with one of each of them for the replay. So go ahead and leave us some comment love, and we will definitely get somebody a copy of this right now. Here we go. Just a second. I'm trying to get it up. Multitasking here. I'm like checking the upcoming comments, but also these wonderful, fabulous comments here where I definitely just saw something I wanted to read. Sorry, guys. This might take me just a second. I'm trying to find things. You want to sing a song for us, JM? You could totally do that.
You don't want me to sing you a song, trust me.
Okay. So I'll deal with that after. Go ahead and tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Ooh, congratulations, Marlene. You have a copy of Alice. Super excited for this. So we've given away a copy of each of J.M. Sullivan's books here on the live, but we do have a copy of each of these for the rebroadcast as well. We're incredibly excited for you guys to get your hands on it. The more comments you leave us, the better chance you have. And if you've got questions, if you've got comments, we will be answering those later on as well down in the comments. And if you have something really, really good, we would love for you to maybe convince J.M. Sullivan to come hang out with us, which she does all the time. If you have not seen her episodes of Young Adult Edition, our weekly Monday morning shows right here on the Facebook page, we would love for you to come check that out and check out her episode, which was all about retellings, I believe, right? The retellings episode?
Yes.
Yeah. I've done so many of them, I'm starting to forget who was on for what topic because you guys cover like everything.
You do a lot of things. You do all the things. I'm fairly certain you're a robot.
A little bit, maybe. She outed my secret, guys. I don't know what to do. All right, guys.
Sparks start shooting.
What was that?
The sparks start shooting from your ears.
Oh no. I could be a second star. I could be like
Yes!
somebody's second star. I'm just saying.
Like Tink.
Yes. I didn't know if I could talk about it, but I'm like, yes.
Like Tink or Smee.
Yes. Oh, I would love that. Can we just like little tiny bit about him?
You can go for it. Little tiny bit.
Well, I mean.
No, you. It's all you. You're the robot.
Rude. Wow, okay. Well, he's kind of awesome because he's not an actual person, and I may or may not love him to pieces inside of this story. He's just kind of awesome, and I really want him to have his own spin-off. I haven't told Jam that yet, but it is going to be one of those things, like, when we get around there, I'm going to make her write a bonus scene just about Smee, and it's going to be on her Facebook page. We're going to rig it up to a bot, and we're going to deliver it to you, and it's going to be amazing. Annie does want to know when Second Star comes out, because she is, like, incredibly excited about this book.
It comes out March 5th, which seems forever away, but it's coming soon. It is coming soon.
It is coming soon. But some of you have connections. That's all I'm saying. We might be able to get you maybe some advanced copies of this. Work a little magic, maybe. Work maybe just a little magic. Alyssa almost said Tink, but I wasn't sure either. I know, because I'm like, can we talk about it? I don't know if we can talk about it. I do like Tink, though. Tink is rather interesting. You have a unique take on Tink in the story. We're going to have you back another time to talk about that because we want to, we're talking about Alice today. It's her unbirthday. We're not going to get the Second Star. But closer to release, we are going to have JM back. She's going to tell us all about Second Star. Annie's like, yes, no, I need it. I need it. Okay. Annie, message me later. I might be able to work a little magic. Little faith, trust, and pixie dust, right? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, guys. We do need to wrap up because we're just a little bit over on our time. Usually we try to keep this right around an hour, but we've been having so much fun and doing so much awesome stuff, playing all these great games and giving away candles and giving away fun, fabulous books. We are just a tiny bit over. So what I want you to do is jump in the comments right now as we wrap this up as we tell you just a little bit more about what you need to know about Alice, I want you to give JM and Alice your best birthday wishes or unbirthday wishes for her release day today. And if you are extra awesome, what I want you to do is leave just like a 1 or 2 sentence quote about either why you love Alice or how excited you are to read Alice so that JM can use this in a quote graphic. And just in case you forgot, we want to remind you we are doing our photo contest. JM, real quick, remind us about that one more time.
Yes, I want all things Alice, so send me a photo of you in your best Wonderland or Wanderland inspired gear, accessories, outfits, whatever. It could be a teacup. It could be awesome bunny ears like my good friend Scott Mooney. It could be you with your copy of Alice, but I want Alice to flood my page. So please post, do the hashtag welcome to Wanderland if you want to post it on my Facebook, or hit me up on Twitter. That would be fantastic because I want Alice everywhere.
Amber's being a little cheeky in the comments. She says, happy unbirthday. If you guys don't know Amber Ardul, make sure you check her out. She's a great author friend of ours, and she's a little bit on the cheeky side. Thank you guys for all the comment love. We are loving that you are enjoying the event as well. We are super glad that each and every one of you joined us today. We had so much fun. JM, I am so thrilled that this is your relaunch for Alice. I have been waiting so long for Alice to come back. Big fan of Alice and the Wanderland Chronicles and Not Your Ship. And I'm just going to harp on that. It's going to be, I will die on this hill is what I'm saying. Well, actually,
you might.
I kind of know where it's going, and I kind of appreciate it, so it's not like total heartbreak for me. But
really?
It's not total heartbreak, because you did tell me a little bit. I'm like, I can back that. I'm sad, but I can back that. It's okay. I'm going to get more out of her when we're done here. It's going to be awesome. But lots of love. Jess says lots of love for this party. It's so much fun. You made a comment in the beginning that you can use. So lots of great comments flooding in for Alice and Alice's unbirthday party today. If you guys want a copy of this, Alice is now available everywhere. You can get your hands on a copy of ebook and print. It's going to be so dang good. I highly recommend it. I read it back in the day, and I cannot wait to dive into it again. JM has some amazing things coming out for the Alice crew. We're going to be seeing behind the scenes from the Red Queen, and she does have a sequel coming out in the not too terribly distant future, which I may or may not know just a tiny bit about. And guys, you want this. So make sure you get your hands on a copy of Alice right now to celebrate. Bonus if you take some Bookstagram photos and tag JM Sullivan. Speaking of which, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on all of the social media things, my website, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Snapchat at JM Sullivan Books. Website, youalsoadd.com.
Yes, make sure you check out her gorgeous website and that you are hanging out with her on social media. JM is a super involved person on social media. She loves to hear from you guys. So make sure that you are hanging out with her. Leave her a lot of comment love. Send her some DMs. And you can also hang out with JM Sullivan with her game over on Twitter. It's called Author Confession. Super fun. She does weekly prompts for everybody. And you've got a weekly chat as well. So go hang out. Make some new friends. Get involved. If you're an author, if you're an aspiring author, this is the game for you. You can learn just a little bit more about JM and her fabulous books by hanging out on social media. She cannot wait to hear from you. Last thoughts before we sign off. JM Sullivan, tell us what you're thinking about your unbirthday.
This is just amazing, and I want to say thank you guys, everybody who came to hang out and shared all the comment love and played the games and got into DM fights, Amber and and just all of the fun. Thank you guys so much for coming, and just you guys have made this the most special unbirthday ever, and I love you all so much. So thank you.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you again real soon. Go right now and hit up JM Sullivan on her social media platforms and hit her up over on her website as well. I'm K.m. Robinson, your host for this evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. K.m. Robinson Books and at K.m. Robinson Books on social media. Would love to hear from you as well. And if you are an author who wants a party just like this, reach out because I do these all the time. It's super fun, and we can get one for your book as well. Have a great day, guys. Stay inspired, and we will see you for the next unbirthday party. Bye.